It's cold out today, huh?
Yeah.
Great content, Benjamin.
Or whooping.
No, I have it on you. I asked you a question and you were like, yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
Car pooping would be better content than me just saying yeah.
Yeah.
Cora, get busy.
We're gonna go for a little trail walk.
You hungry over there? I'm tired over there?
I'm overwhelmed. I'm trying not to cry.
Uh-oh. We don't want to catch live crying. Right, Cora? We just gotta get some fish into her. This is one of our favorite meals. Jessie specifically because she can actually eat fish. They are, look at that close up. Breaded with plantain chips, which love those things. But because of this, it actually gives it like a nice crunch. You know, it's not the same as like beer battered fish or anything, but
I think it's good.
It's actually, right?
I actually like prefer it because sometimes with beer battered fish, it's almost like soggy.
Oh,
whereas
yeah.
This is never, I mean, even when you reheat it, it's not soggy. It's definitely better the first day, but like reheat it, you know, like you could never reheat beer. I'm from Wisconsin, like I know.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're having sweet potato fries and Brussels sprouts to go alongside of that. And I'm gonna go grab the tartar out of the fridge. Let's eat.
I'm telling you, like, get these daylight lights. They're great. They actually like make us look alive versus I look fine.
I was gonna say, you look right.
What is happening here? So we were just talking.
Like
we probably should have. Well, you're the one that needs to make an appointment. He's been talking about making an appointment for like 3 weeks. I'm over it. I don't care.
I gotta go. When can I go? Thursday? Yeah.
I have no
I can
idea.
go Thursday.
Anyway,
See if that happens.
we have been just talking, and honestly, we should have turned the camera on before, but just like trying to figure out best practices for my overwhelm. Like to put it quickly, I mean, I've mentioned it in like multiple vlogs, but basically I'm a schedule oriented person. I like to be organized. I like to be very I'm very particular about the way that I do things and when I do them. And I'm also very in tune with my own energy. And I'm also terrified of sending myself into burnout. So like multiple places with chronic illness and just with being a human prone to burning themselves out. I'm really struggling with sleep, as we've talked about. I'm like going to bed really late, getting up really late, and then I work for like an hour or two, and then we take a break for lunch and go for a walk, and then we come home, and then I have to stop when we eat dinner, and I'm like the schedule just like isn't working for me. And I currently have 6 clients on the roster with opportunity to grow with multiple of them, and yeah, so opportunity for there's just a lot. So it's great. I'm so grateful, but at the same time I can't even like talk. I'm so overwhelmed. Like my brain is moving faster than the rest of my body and my mouth. Like I just can't chill, which is fine, but it's also terrifying for someone that is prone to burnout. Like I'm just like so overwhelmed. So anyway, I was just talking to Ben about it and also asking him because I felt like he was being like, oh yeah, this is normal and this is whatever. And I was like, I really just need you to understand that like that just makes me feel worse right now. Like in the fact of like just film or like just do this. So but anyway, Ben has been working for himself for a long time. So yeah, What were we even talking about? I don't remember.
Well, it's basically we got to the point of...
Cora is rolling around on the couch. She is upside down and rolling around. Sorry.
Happy as a clam.
She's not overwhelmed.
No. Nope. How can we be like Cora? That's why we have a dog. Just to,
bring us down to earth.
Yeah. But just trying to like figure out how to work with it.
With my schedule.
Yeah, and like what to build into your day. The sleep is obviously a big part that's impacting everything, but that's so like.
But
that's
it's like a vicious cycle,
Right. So it's hard to fix that. But so the two things that I mentioned were, I was like, well, it sounds like you need something to get your day started, energized and feeling good. Because if you're waking up kind of late and you're feeling really tired and groggy and you're just like not mentally with it, you got to be able to like stimulate that somehow. And then the other piece, like bookending it with, if you're, in the evening and your mind's going a million miles an hour, you need a de-stressing routine of some type. And so the first thing that came to my mind was journaling, and journaling and breathing. So whether it's like meditation, I even asked her.
I did meditate a couple of days.
Yeah, and that's good.
It's funny because if you follow me on Instagram, and in fact, I know I've put up a podcast about it. I don't know if I ever did anything on YouTube, but I used to be like the morning routine queen. Like I used to talk about that shit all the time. And honestly, it was because I had nothing but time. And now I'm so overwhelmed and like I fell off of my routines in quarantine just because I went through like a slight depression and it was just bad anxiety with my job and everything like that. But now I thought like, oh, I'll quit my job and I'll have like all this time and I'll be able to like recreate a morning routine. And then I was kind of thrown into being super busy. So now I see it from like the other end of people who are like, not that I'm a mom, but like working moms or just moms in general, or like people who are busy.
Gives you a lot of compassion for those people.
Yeah, that like... It's really hard to fit that in. Like I talked about, we bought that awesome bike that I love and I haven't been on it for like over a week because I can't even like prioritize like the amount of time that it'll take me to do that and then take a shower. When I have time to myself, I like want to sit on the couch. I don't want to do anything else. So yeah, Ben was just talking about like routines, and then I don't know. I feel like if you're listening to this, you can like hear how anxious and overwhelmed I am right now because I can't keep like a singular thought in my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the wired but tired thing. Like your brain's going a million miles an hour, but you're actually physically like drained by this point in the day. Yeah, and in terms of the routine thing, it's nice when it's easy to create a routine, but the times when you actually need a routine are times like this. So, yeah, it's like making that time, like I saw this as a personal trainer, right? Like it's making the time. And look, like not everybody has the same amount of time in the day. It's like a working mom, her time is very limited, but like if it's something that is affecting your well-being, something has to give. Something. And again, there's a lot of privilege wrapped up in that statement, but like something has to give in order for you to prioritize yourself and your time and your energy. And so I think for you, that's going to be a big part of it is like, and I've seen this with clients too, people that are literally like, I get up and I go straight to work. Like, you know, one of my clients that I'm thinking of specifically, he works for himself, and he's like, I don't even eat breakfast. I just go to the computer right away and I sit down and I start working because I have so much guilt or overwhelm that it feels like too much to do anything for myself beforehand. So much of it is just like, it's just realizing that that time investment is going to pay dividends. Like you have to be able to create 10, 15, 30 minutes to at least do the bare minimum of the things that are going to get you through the day, or like in your case, the things that are going to bring you down at the end of the day in an energy sense, not a mood sense. Like you have to be, and so that's why journaling was one of the first things that came to mind for me, because when you are overwhelmed and there's a lot of shit bouncing around in your brain, you have to be able to get some of that out. So whether that's, I'm usually, like when Jessie had her job, we would sit here at dinner and she would vent. And that was like the way that she released this stuff. And I was okay in supporting her in that because I knew it was helpful for her. But now it's different in that like journaling is a way to organize your thoughts. So she can say a lot of this stuff to me, but it's not sustainable. So I think you need to, at the end of the day, have like 3 to 5 prompts that you're answering that are like, I'd like to finish it on a good note. So like finishing with what went well today, but you could start with, what haven't I finished that I wanted to? Why? Is it mission critical, or can I wait till tomorrow? What is still in my brain that I can't get rid of? Like just naming this stuff and starting to sift through it and sort it out is going to be something that's like really, really helpful, because you have to get it out of your head. Otherwise, it just continues to bounce around and feel like poop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, and these are all things that I know, and these are all things that I've talked about, and I've even like taught to people, but this is probably one of the first times in my life, besides like early on, where I like physically don't feel like I can do it. I know that I can, but it just seems just like a lot. I don't know.
Because it's such an intense sensation in the moment. It's like, that's why journaling is good for when things are bouncing around in your head, but like when the sensation in your body is just like so heavy, and they're just like, I like breathing and moving your body. So whether that's why I asked Jessie, I was like, will you exercise at night? Because if you work out and you can release a lot of that tension, that energy, or if you need something a little bit more chill, doing like a slow, Jessie doesn't love yoga, but like doing like a slowish, more chill yoga flow, but like moving your body when you can like feel all this sensation in your body is a good route.
Yeah,
to
I've
take.
never been like a at the end of the day type worker outer, but it might be worth doing, because that's how I feel, and I think that's why I'm like struggling with sleeping, is because I'm so full of energy.
But it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's like not.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that it might work for you, because then you'll actually be like physically tired. It helps you make the mental shift, all the endorphins and neurotransmitters, chemicals, all that stuff that releases during that is going to like help you come down from the stress state that your body's in. And then the key is to not re-engage with stuff afterwards. Like you would only want to work out if you had like gotten everything off your plate for the evening. because otherwise it's defeating the purpose if you're like jumping back into work after that.
I literally am like holding back tears right now. Like I'm just so like overwhelmed. And the thing that's weird is like I'm happy. Like I'm not unhappy. Like I used to cry all the time at my last job because I was just treated so poorly and I was so bored. But now I just like I feel so overwhelmed. And my like I don't know. Like it just doesn't feel good in my body. Like I'm happy. I like the work that I'm doing. I like the people I'm working for so much. Like I'm literally like so happy about it, but I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that I have to do, or just the amount, like I just can't get my brain to chill out. And I think part of it too is like a dog is barking, sorry, but like I don't have anybody to help me. Like like I wouldn't even know how to tell someone to help me, but I just, you know, like if at work or whatever, if it's like I'm just not gonna fucking work tomorrow, like, you know, I couldn't do that right now. So I think it's just like, yeah, it's like new game, new rules. It's like, and that's why it's so overwhelming, because it's like not only do you have like the actual physical work that needs to be done. I've also never like done this before.
Right. You're also dealing with the newness of it, trying to figure out new.
I've done the work before. I've been in marketing and social media for 10 years, but
right. But working for yourself is a beast.
Yeah.
And, like a different beast. And so you're like trying to get used to all that.
Yeah.
And, you know, then you throw in some physical stuff with like not being able to sleep well. And it's,
my body
just a lot to
like
try to... hasn't
felt great lately. Pandemic, I miss my family. Like, yeah. It's not, you know, we're not like going anywhere. It's so for me being like an extrovert, I'm also not like getting the energy that I usually get by going and like working out at a coffee shop or working out at a gym or something like that. So yeah. Sorry, that dog has been barking like in the background this whole time. They'd just like leave him outside, which is annoying, but he's kind of scary looking. Otherwise I would steal him. But then he'd just bark in our backyard, so they would know where he was.
I'm not convinced that he's super nice. So.
He doesn't look very nice. He's always trying to kill something in his yard. I don't know what it is, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Like, yeah, you hear like vicious.
Like I've seen him like rip, and I'm like, is that an animal?
Yeah,
or
it's terrifying.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so.
What, out of all the things we talked about, what do you feel are like things that you could potentially do, and not just like random ideas that we threw out?
I need to meditate because it makes me feel good, even if it's 5 minutes. It always makes me feel good. I need to work out because my body has been asking to move more for months. It's like constantly asking for it. Journaling for me, I know will be really helpful, but for some reason I just don't. It's just not feeling like as easily pulled to right now, but I know that it'll help. But I feel like I need to like shower or like take a bath at night.
You're a little water baby.
Well, yeah.
Water moves energy.
I've always been a water baby, although an air sign. Does anybody else, like, why is Aquarius holding water, but it's an air sign? Yeah, drives me crazy. But I got some water. I'm an air and water sign. Anyway, this doesn't matter. That's another thing I would like to do. I would like to learn more about astrology so I can provide, like, astrological readings for myself and for other people. But I haven't had time to learn yet. So
Yeah, when it comes to that too, there's some, with the overwhelm, there's some element of understanding that this situation is temporary, and like that goes for any situation with overwhelm, is like that's not necessarily always true, but like in this case, your business isn't always going to look like this. You're not always going to be onboarding an entire business worth of clients at one time. Like,
yeah,
there's just like a certain level of, you didn't know what to expect because you had no context for it, nor could you. Like, you didn't see me start my business. You've seen me start other businesses, I suppose, in the donuts, and then like coaching the way that I'm doing it now, as opposed to training and fitness stuff. But it's just different when you're in it, as opposed to just like seeing somebody else do it. But yeah, just knowing that a month from now, things are going to be different.
But yeah, thanks for listening to me try to figure out my life so that I don't burn out.
And if anybody else has strategies or, things that you've found are helpful for you with overwhelm, let us know down below. It feels shitty. And so it's just trying to figure out how to actually work with that, as opposed to just kind of like letting your mind and your body continue to run the same course over and over.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bye.
Later.